All right, let's talk about tipping. Let me preface this by saying I think I'm a pretty good tipper. My wife says I over tip. At a restaurant, if I receive even halfway decent service, I'm going to tip like 25 or 30%. For great service, 50, 60%. I've tipped $100 on a $50 tab before. It really depends on the service I received. If I'm at a buffet, where they didn't take our order or something like that, if, they kept the plates clean and did what they were supposed to do, drinks refilled. If it's just me and my wife, I'll tip like $10. I don't tip a full 20%. If it's like my whole family, I might tip 20 or $30, depending on how many people are there. For carry out, I'll tip 10 to 15%. But I will tip because they still had to put that order together. Even if I go to like Tim Hortons or Big B or something like that, I'll still tip at least $1, like at Tim Hortons, probably, $2 to $5 at like a place like Big B. And these are people who make, a regular wage, not a tippable wage. If I have something delivered to my house, like pizza or Jimmy John's or something like that, I'll generally tip a $5 minimum, up to, I don't know, $20. If I have like an appliance or furniture or something delivered to my house, I'll generally tip 50, $100, depending on how much work they had to do. When I get my hair cut, I generally tip like $20. But I'll tell you, the golden standard I was raised on is if you receive just absolute horrible trash service, you leave 1 penny. I was always taught that. And then I saw a post about tipping, and I saw somebody say, no, you tip 20 to 25%, even if it's the worst service you've ever received in your life. Really? Like, do you guys agree with that? Is that a thing, or is that person just out of their mind? Because I think that person's out of their mind. I was taught that a tip, also known as gratuity, is appreciation for good service. I'm not tipping my gas station attendant. Actually, the person who works at the gas station I go to the most follows me on here, so she'll back me up on this. If I walk in and say, give me a $5 scratch off, I don't care which one you pick it, and it wins $100, I'm going to give them like probably $10 off of a $100 win. But that was a service that they performed. I'm not tipping someone in a store because they flipped an iPad around to me. And I'm just like appalled at that. And people look at you like, or like you go into a place where you place an order, like say Subway, and you place an order and you go down and they want to tip before they've even done the service that they're going to do. No, thank you. That gives you no incentive to get my order right or provide me with great customer service. And the last time I tipped before I got service was at a Starbucks, and I ended up having to cancel the order after standing there waiting for an hour. But I don't know. Am I out of touch? Like, am I wrong here? Am I off base? Like, if somebody gives you horrible service in a restaurant, they don't deserve a tip. But I was always taught to leave the 1 penny as the worst insult when you receive service that bad. But again, I don't know. I'm just one person. That's how I was raised. That's my opinions. I want to know what you guys think. Duet this, stitch this, leave me a comment. I don't care. Tell me what you guys think.